Yes, welcome everyone. It's Cannabis News. I'm your host, Joe Klare. It's November 22nd, 2019. The show, as always, is presented by the Marijuana Times. The end of another week here at the Marijuana Times. MarijuanaTimes.org. Find the show there. Click the video tab to find us. A bunch of great articles, a lot of great writers, social media links, and more. MarijuanaTimes.org. Today, we're talking about getting paid up to $3,000 a month to smoke, review, do videos about marijuana. Also, a PAC has been formed in Florida to oppose recreational legalization attempts there. And California, the state of California, is anticipating a move that will make it even harder for the legal industry to survive and grow, which is pretty much par for the course when it comes to government. All of that coming up. But first, of course, Cannabis News is brought to you by NatureSide, nature-side.com. And their organic, all-natural pesticides grow safe and poison-free with NatureSide. Don't use harmful chemicals or banned pesticides. Be regulatory compliant in the state that you are growing, and all of these things are possible through the power of NatureSide, nature-side.com. Proud sponsor of Cannabis News. Thank you, NatureSide. That's our story by yours truly. And MarijuanaTimes.org. Get paid $3,000 a month for smoking marijuana. No. Seriously, I know we've all seen the memes and the fake stories and all of that, but apparently this is fairly legit, completely legit, at least as far as I have heard, has been everywhere on the internet. I read this article a few days ago, and as I say in the article, that going forward there's going to be a lot more press attention concerning this, and that has been the case. I've seen this in dozens of publications at this point. It's now called American Marijuana. They're offering up to $3,000 a month for someone to unbox, consume, review, and make videos about the marijuana products that they send them. They say they're, quote, looking for someone to review a wide variety of cannabis products to give our readers honest and reliable insights on various cannabis projects. You have to live either in a legal medical marijuana state in the United States or in Canada, where, of course, it is federally legal. I want you to be able to bring extensive knowledge of marijuana to educate our readers. In other words, not just some, dopey person sitting in front of a camera saying, hey, this is weed, I'm smoking it. Someone who has a background in marijuana, who knows, very about various products, can bring some expertise and some experience to the table in various ways, writing blogs, unboxing videos, as I said, other videos, reviews, etc. You can go check out the link on their website, AmericanMarijuana.org. It's linked, of course, in the article that I'm referencing as well. I do not live in a medical marijuana state, so I will not be applying. Plus, as I point out in the article, I have a lot of stuff going on. Very important person. I got a lot of things happening. I don't have time for every amazing opportunity that comes up. But we'll probably see more of this. It's odd. I mean, a lot of us a long time ago would talk about that. One day, it'd be cool to get paid for smoking marijuana, but back then it was ridiculous because it was illegal. And now there's actually value in people smoking legal marijuana products and using legal marijuana products and telling other people about said products. What a time to be alive. This next story from BayNews9.com. PAC formed to oppose recreational marijuana in Florida. We've talked a lot about make it legal Florida and regulate Florida and their attempts to get recreational legalization on the ballot next year in the state. Now, with strong indications that the proposal to legalize recreational marijuana will appear on the 2020 statewide ballot, a political committee has been created to oppose the effort. It's Floridians Against Recreational Marijuana. FARM, it's ironic, has been formed to defeat whom they label, quote, out-of-state corporate interests, end quote, attempting to bring recreational pot to Floridians. Brian Swenson, who will be leading the effort, said, quote, our coalition has come together to defeat this dangerous ballot initiative, which will drive, now listen to these claims, will drive an increase in healthcare costs, increase costs on businesses and kill jobs, and increase the burden on taxpayers that will pay for the costs associated with recreational marijuana. So let's go through all those. Will drive an increase in healthcare prices. How? By allowing people to get away from expensive medications and move to medical marijuana. Increased costs on businesses and kill jobs. That's demonstrably false. There's hundreds of thousands of jobs have been created through the legal cannabis market. And where are the jobs that have been killed? Where are they? I mean, they try to say, well, people will fail drug tests or whatever, but that doesn't kill jobs. That kills that person's opportunity for the job, but the job still remains. Someone will fill that job, someone who passes the drug test. What else we got? Increase the burden on taxpayers that will pay the costs associated with recreational marijuana. What are these costs? What are these costs? I've seen fanciful, outlandish studies, quote unquote, that say for every dollar that marijuana brings in tax revenue, there's $4 or $5 or $8 or whatever stupid number they picked in associated costs. We've gone through that on this show before, and the problems with the methodology, obviously, that they come up with those numbers, which are basically just made up numbers. Dangerous ballot initiative. They just put some weird fear-mongering adjective in front of these things, and that's their whole plan. That's their whole plan. Swenson added in a press release, the mega marijuana corporate interests. Oh, big businesses. Backing this initiative, hope to transform Florida into a state like Oregon, California, and Colorado by passing this reckless recreational marijuana amendment. It's sad. It's sad that these people who were not too long ago very powerful, people who were for prohibition and the war on drugs and DARE and all that stuff, that was big time. It was big time. I remember it, but those days are gone. Now they're just losers, literal losers. And they cling to this notion that they're somehow going to stop marijuana legalization. And they cling to this notion that they somehow have a right to decide what other people do if what other people do is not infringing on their rights and doesn't affect them. We've talked a lot about this notion that we're so comfortable with strangers making decisions in our lives. It's very odd if you think about it. But we're so used to it, and we've been told that it's such a great thing that it doesn't seem odd to us. But if you think about it for a minute, the fact that strangers a long way away can decide whether or not you smoke a joint in your house and whether or not you're a criminal if you do so, that's odd. That's an odd way to do things. But that's what we do. And it's odd. Moving on to the last story. Forbes.com exclusive. California is raising its taxes on cannabis again. That's right. We've talked about California a lot on the show and the problems that the legal industry have had with competing with unlicensed dispensaries, black market dealers, basically people who don't have to go through all the hoops and you pay for the regulations and the fees and the face of the restrictions and have to pay the taxes. These unlicensed dealers and these black market dealers, they don't have to go through all that the legal companies do. And various ideas have been bandied about on how to alleviate that. One of them has been lower taxes, allow more supply. Hopefully more jurisdictions in California allow marijuana businesses, and that will create more supply and allow more supply, which will bring down prices and allow the legal industry to better compete with the illegal industry. But no, California is going to raise taxes. Somehow that will fix the problem. I don't see how that's possible. Anyway, the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration announced that it plans to raise taxes on the legal cannabis industry once again. This move is considered to be another blow to an industry that is currently facing an economic downturn in a depressed market, a.k.a. they can't compete with the well-established illegal market in California, mainly because of exorbitant prices, which taxes contribute to. The legal cannabis industry faces stiff competition from a thriving illicit market due to the non-compliant market's significant lower price points. While the CDTFA describes its mission to make life better for Californians by fairly and efficiently collecting the revenue that supports our essential public services, is hampering the legal cannabis industry's ability to operate cost effectively. One exasperated executive on the condition of anonymity said, if it makes you wonder, the state wants the legal cannabis industry to fail. Now listen to this. According to the CDFTA website, an analysis of statewide market data was used to determine the average markup rate between the wholesale cost and the retail selling price of cannabis and cannabis products. Based on this analysis, effective January 1st, 2020, the newest markup rate will be at 80%. 80% markup. And they think I guess they think that raising taxes is going to raise more revenue, but if they drive more people back to the illegal market and away from the legal market, there's going to be less sales, which means less taxes are going to be paid. And how is that going to raise more revenue? It won't. You're driving people away from the market where you want them to come to buy things. That's how you get the taxes. I know I sound condescending, but I can't help it. I can't say this not in a non-condescending way. You want people to come buy legal marijuana. They pay the taxes. The taxes go into the Treasury and the great public services, et cetera, so on and so forth. But if you drive them away from the industry, they're buying illegal marijuana or marijuana that's not taxed, and you're getting nothing for those transactions. So I don't know. As I said, I can't do that in a less condescending manner. I'm sorry. It's so very simple. It's so I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's so simple. You want lower prices. You want more people to come buy marijuana from the legal market because that's where they pay the tax. And the tax money is what you want. You want the revenue from the taxes. So I don't know. I'm at a loss. Cultivation tax rates as of January 1st. Flower, the tax on cannabis flower per dry weight per ounce will increase from $9.25 to $9.65. Marijuana leaves per dry weight per ounce will increase from $2.75 to $2.97, and fresh cannabis plants per ounce will increase from $1.29 to $1.35. I don't know. There's not much more I can say about that. If you want more people to buy legal marijuana in California, don't raise taxes and make the price higher. I don't know. That's it. That's all I got today. Thanks, everybody, for checking out Cannabis News. Go have a great weekend. Be safe. Check us out at marijuanatimes.org. We're also on YouTube, of course, almost 2,700 subscribers on YouTube. Click the notification bell there so you know when a new episode has dropped. 5 days a week we do it. If you want the audio version, check out Apple Podcasts. Thanks to NatureSide, nature-side.com, and their organic, all-natural pesticides. Thanks to all of you for watching and listening today and continuing to spread the truth about cannabis with this show. We'll see you next week right here on Cannabis News.